Welcome learners in our today's lesson, and today we're going to look at data communication. So we want to start with looking at introduction to data communication by starting the definitions. So basically we want to define the term network. So network means interconnection of computers together with the main purpose of communication and sharing resources. If we have several computers and if these computers are interconnected, we form what we call a network. So you have 4 computers and they are joined together, we form what we call a network. And you are saying the major purpose of interconnecting computers together is basically to enable these computers to communicate. A user at this computer can send a message to another user at the other computer. Another one is what we call sharing a resource. We can have a resource in form of hardware resource, in form of software or programs installed on this particular computer, but these 3 users can access these resources remotely by the help of these other computers. Another term is data communication. So data communication means the process of transmitting information from one point to another point. It is a process of transmitting or sending data signals, which is basically representing information from one point to another point, or from one computer to another computer. So basically for data communication to occur, we must have various components. We have the sender. These are party that comes up with a message or information. We must have what we call the destination, and destination is same as the recipient intended to read that particular message. Then the 2 components must be interconnected, what we call a transmission. A transmission media is basically a channel that can interconnect or link the 2 entities, the sender and the destination or the recipient. So that's what we call data communication. Then you can look at the importance of networking. Basically, one is for sharing resources. We can share resources, and there are different classes of resources which we can share. One, we can share what we call hardware resources, e.g. printers. We can share a printer. We can share hard disk or disks for storage and storage devices. We can share what we call data. We can share what we call application programs. So we can have we have a network of 4 computers here on the board, and I acquire one printer which is more powerful. I install that printer on this particular computer, but I can share that printer by users on this other computer can come up with a document and print using that given printer. We can share a disk whereby I install a disk of a larger capacity on this particular computer and allow users to access that disk by making a document or coming up with a document and saving that document or storing that document on that given disk, which is connected or installed on this one computer. We can say we can share data. I can come up with a file which is important, then I store on one computer. Once I share that particular file, it means users on another network, on another computer on that network can access that device. So we are saying if we have a resource like data or a hardware resource that is installed on a network, for other users on the network to access it, that resource must be shared. If it is not shared, it means users cannot access that given resource. Another example of a resource is application programs, which is basically software. I can install one application program on this computer and allow users to use or utilize that program on any other computer on the network. Number 2 is communication. The importance of network is for communication. So basically you can use networks to transfer information from one location to another location. If you have a firm or a company which has different branches, different departments, and those departments are not located at the same geographical location, we can interconnect computers among those branches, then form a network and use that network to send or share information. Then we can have another importance for easy administration and management of what we call resources. If resources are being monitored, controlled from a central point, it's very easier to manage those resources. For example, if I have a network of 4 computers, then I acquire 4 printers. Now, monitoring how users are going to utilize this printer will be tiresome as compared to if I have a network of 4 computers and I acquire 1 printer, so it will be easier for me to monitor users utilizing 1 printer as compared to monitoring users utilizing 4 printers. So we are saying on a network it becomes easier for users to manage and administer for resources. We have what we call limitations of a network. One is cost. So setting up a network is very expensive. In case one device fails or the network fails, the channel fails, it means the entire network will be down. So troubleshooting, it will also be expensive. So that's number one. Number two is security. If a resource is on the network, such a resource is prone to what we call attack. In terms of if it's data, we can have viruses spreading on the network. Viruses can easily spread on the network. If one computer is infected with the virus and that computer is on a given network, it means it runs a risk of infecting other computers, and that virus can easily spread. If I have data in one computer, then I share that particular file. It means users on that network can access. Even if I come up with a way of limiting access to that data, that particular resource, users who are known as hackers, crackers, can try to come up with a way of revealing a password by using what you call different ways, different softwares to identify the password which I used. Then they can gain illegal access to that given information. So basically, it's not wise to come up with a network, but we are saying a network has various importance. Then we lastly can look at the network components. For you to set up a network, there are different devices that you need, which are going to cover this in our next chapter. So I'm just going to mention the device. One is what we call NIC, a network interface card, that provides the physical interconnection of a channel and what we call a network. Number two is what we call a hub. So hub is a kind of a device that used to interconnect computers on what we call a ring topology. Then now what we call switch. So switch is basically another device found on a network, and the main purpose of a switch is basically to interconnect computers and act as a routing device on a what we call a star network. We have another device known as a repeater. So repeater basically is a device that amplifies the strength of a signal. Now, when we are transmitting data, we say we transmit data in form of data signals, and now on the channel we have what we call attenuation, which is a problem. Attenuation refers to the ability of a data signal to lose strength during what we call transmission on a transmission channel. So repeater is a device that increases, amplifies the strength of a signal on a transmission channel. Another device is known as a router. Router is a device that enables different computer network to be interconnected to the global network, which is mainly internet. Then we have what we call network operating system. So for us to set up a network and install a device, install a resource as data, programs or hardware, and share that resource, we need a software, we need knowledge, we need program that will enable us share that resource and be able to monitor or administer that resource. So network operating system is a kind of software which is an operating system installed on a computer network, basically to enable you monitor resources and be able to share resources on a network. So that marks the end of our class for computer, introduction to computer networks. We're going to meet in the same time, same place in our next lesson. Thank you.